According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, New York has the second highest homeless population in the nation, with an estimated 227,897 individuals experiencing homelessness in 2024. This translates to a rate of 118 homeless people per 10,000 residents. As of December 2023, a staggering 92,879 people, including over 33,000 children, sleep each night in the shelter system. This represents a substantial increase from previous years, highlighting the growing strain on resources. Furthermore, the state has implemented additional shelter systems to accommodate asylum seekers and recent arrivals, bringing the total number sheltered to roughly 123,000 at the end of 2023. Beyond the limited emergency shelters, a vast number of people experience unsheltered homelessness. The number of people experiencing unsheltered homelessness in New York State fluctuates, but according to a single night street count in January 2023, over 135,000 individuals were sleeping on the streets, subways, or other public spaces. According to the Coalition for the Homeless, as of December 2023, over 15,399 homeless children were sleeping on the streets or other public spaces. Advocates for Children of New York released data showing that over 10,900 students in the 2022-23 school year lacked a regular and adequate nighttime residence. These children are likely part of unsheltered homeless families. Demographics of homelessness in New York. Black and Hispanic New Yorkers are disproportionately represented in the homeless population. Data from the Coalition for the Homeless indicates that a staggering 56% of heads of households in shelters are black, while 32% are Hispanic. This stands in stark contrast to the overall demographics of the city, where black people make up 29% of residents, and Hispanic residents are 32%. White New Yorkers, on the other hand, are underrepresented in shelters, comprising only 7% of the homeless population compared to 32% of city residents. Furthermore, data suggests a significant portion, 30% homeless, come directly from institutional settings, like prisons, psychiatric facilities, and nursing homes. This highlights the complex interplay between mental health issues, incarceration, and the lack of affordable housing that can contribute to homelessness. Data suggests a concerning concentration of homelessness among young adults, particularly those in their late teens and early 20s, with 52% of homeless individuals falling between 18 to 24 years old. This age group faces a unique set of challenges that increase their risk of homelessness, and another 42% between 21 to 24. This age group, transitioning into adulthood, faces challenges like navigating the complexities of independent living and limited access to social safety nets. Cost of homelessness in New York. Homelessness also carries a significant financial burden for New York State, while an exact figure is elusive. Understanding the cost of homelessness across various sectors sheds light on the true impact of this crisis. In 2018, the city budgeted a staggering $5 billion for homeless services, with a large portion dedicated to shelters. This figure has likely grown in recent years, considering the rising homeless population. In 2022, New York City alone spends over $8 billion on homelessness. A significant portion of these funds go towards sheltering homeless New Yorkers. The cost per person can vary depending on family size and shelter type. Data suggests sheltering a family in 2019 exceeded $97,000 annually, while single adults cost over $51,000. With tens of thousands of individuals utilizing shelters each year, these ongoing costs accumulate rapidly. In fiscal year 2023, DHS proposed a budget of $6.5 billion, a substantial increase driven by shelter needs. This signifies the immense resources required to house the over 123,000 New Yorkers who rely on the shelter system each night. Unfortunately, quantifying the total cost of homelessness in New York for 2024 is challenging. However, estimates from the Independent Budget Office suggest New York City alone may require an additional $1.5 billion in 2024 for homeless services beyond what was initially budgeted. Here's a list of the 5 most homeless cities in New York. 5. Albany. a total of 11,205 individuals experiencing homelessness in Albany, with 3,494 in shelters and 6,500 unsheltered. It's important to remember that PIT counts likely underestimate the true number of homeless people, as some may be missed during the count or avoid shelters altogether. Albany, like many American cities, has grappled with homelessness for decades. The recent arrival of asylum seekers has undoubtedly placed additional pressure on Albany's homeless shelters. In 2023, New York City grappled with a surge of migrants arriving at the southern border. To alleviate pressure on its shelters, the city began relocating migrants to other parts of New York State, including Albany. News reports in May 2023 indicate that Albany received at least 17 busloads of migrants, with estimates ranging from 40 to 60 individuals per bus. 4. Syracuse. Obtaining an accurate count of the homeless population is notoriously difficult. The Housing and Homeless Coalition of Central New York revealed over 12,600 people were experiencing homelessness in Syracuse, representing a 30% increase from the previous year. This figure marks the highest level since 2015. New York State Comptroller's Office found that nearly 22% of Syracuse live in poverty, with the child poverty rate reaching an alarming 38.6%, exceeding the national average. This economic strain makes it difficult for individuals and families to secure affordable housing, pushing them towards homelessness. According to the New York State Comptroller, a staggering 38.9% of Syracuse households are considered cost-burdened, meaning they spend more than 30% of their income on housing. This burden is particularly severe for renters. These stark realities paint a picture of a city where a significant portion of the population is teetering on the brink of homelessness, a single economic shock or job loss away from losing their fragile hold on stable housing. 3. Rochester. Rochester's 2023 PIT count identified 14,803 homeless individuals, a concerning rise from previous years. This figure highlights a potential increase in street homelessness, particularly among families with children. According to the Coalition for the Homeless, a staggering 58% of homeless shelter residents are Black, while 31% are Hispanic. Contrary to popular perception, families with children constitute a large portion of the homeless population. Data from WIN reveals that a surprising 70% of Rochester residents experiencing homelessness are families. This challenges the stereotype of a homeless person being a single male. Furthermore, over a third of these families have at least one working adult, highlighting the high cost of living in Rochester City that can push even working families into homelessness. 2. Buffalo. Prior to 2020, estimates for Buffalo's homeless population typically fell within the range of 12,900 to 14,000 people. However, the latest point in time revealed a significant increase. The survey identified a total of 17,432 individuals experiencing homelessness, sheltered and unsheltered. This suggests a worrying upward trend, potentially linked to factors like economic hardship, migrants, or lack of affordable housing. Black Buffalonians are disproportionately represented among the homeless population, making up over half, 54.3%, despite constituting only 36.5% of the general population. However, it's important to note the presence of other races and ethnicities within the homeless population as well. White individuals, 37.4%, are also present, though at a lower percentage compared to their representation in the general population, 47.1%. 1. New York City. In November 2023, an average of 87,879 people slept in shelters each night in New York City. This staggering number includes a significant portion of children, with 13,399 experiencing homelessness alongside their families. Many individuals choose to sleep on the streets, subways, or other public spaces due to reasons like safety concerns or shelter overcrowding. Estimating the number of unsheltered homeless is difficult, but a 2022 report suggests there were roughly 39,600 living outside the shelter system. According to a report by the Coalition for the Homeless, a one-bedroom apartment in NYC costs an average of $4,200 per month, far exceeding the minimum wage. This leaves many working individuals and families teetering on the edge of affordability. A single unexpected expense, job loss, or medical emergency can easily push them into homelessness. The arrival of migrants adds another layer of complexity. New York City has a unique legal obligation to provide shelter to anyone experiencing homelessness, including migrants. This right to shelter mandate creates a strain on the already stretched resources. While many migrants come seeking a better life, they often arrive with limited resources and require time to secure employment and permanent housing. This temporary burden on the system can exacerbate the existing homeless crisis. News reports in 2023 documented the ongoing arrival of migrants. In August, CBS News reported that over 357,600 asylum seekers had arrived in New York City since the previous spring, with over 87,000 remaining in the city's care. Mayor Adams himself addressed the situation, highlighting the strain on resources. Homeless encampment bans in New York. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said he plans to start clearing out homeless encampments in the city. In an interview with the New York Times, Adams said he was seeking to clear the encampments within a 2-week period, but did not say when. "We're going to rid the encampments off our street, and we're going to place people in healthy living conditions with wraparound services," Adams told the Times. Last month, Adams banned people from sleeping or sheltering in the subway system following attacks in the city's stations. Adams, who assumed office this year, said then most homeless people are not dangerous, but he didn't want fear to become reality. "We are not going to live in fear and frustration," he said. "We have to dam every river if we are going to address this issue." The city had more than 135,000 unsheltered homeless people, according to the most recent annual point-in-time estimate. The Times referred to a city webpage that defines an encampment as a structure to live under, including mattresses, tarps and tents, and noted that New York City does not have large homeless encampments, like the tent cities seen on the West Coast, where hundreds of people live in a site. This comes after Los Angeles banned camping in 54 locations in October, and Portland, Mayor Ted Wheeler used his emergency powers to ban camping on certain roadways last month. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser also launched a pilot program last summer to clear out homeless camps. To clear out encampments in his city, Adams told the Times his administration would conduct an analysis block by block to identify the encampments before executing a plan to give services to the people who are in the encampments, then to dismantle those encampments. "We can't stop an individual from sleeping on the street based on law, and we're not going to violate that law," he told the newspaper. "But you can't build a miniature house made out of cardboard on the streets. That's inhumane." Life on the streets. The symphony of the city never sleeps, but for those living on its unforgiving streets, the melody is a harsh dissonance. Beneath the glittering facade of New York City, a different world hums with a desperate energy. Cardboard castles huddle in doorways, shadows scurry through the neon jungle, and weary eyes watch a city that pulsates with indifference. For Amelia, a young woman with defiance etched into her features, each day is a battle for survival. The subway grate, her cold metal bed, offers meager protection from the elements. The city's relentless rhythm, the screech of brakes, the wail of sirens, becomes a constant lullaby. Hunger gnaws at her belly, a relentless companion that overshadows the city's dazzling displays of food. Every meal is a victory, scavenged from overflowing trash cans or begged from hurried strangers, their eyes filled with a mix of pity and disdain. Days are a blur of hustling. Amelia juggles between panhandling, the sting of rejection, a constant ache, and odd jobs. A quick car wash here, helping a tourist there. The city offers a strange camaraderie amongst the homeless. There's Miguel, the grizzled veteran with a haunted past, who shares his meager food and dispenses gruff wisdom. And there's Rose, a runaway teenager with a fierce spirit, who dreams of escaping the concrete jungle. They're a makeshift family, bound by circumstance. Their laughter is a defiant melody in the city's harsh chorus. Danger lurks everywhere. The nights are the most perilous. The ever-present threat of violence. The struggle for a safe corner. The fear of predators preying on the vulnerable. Yet amidst the despair, there are flickers of humanity. A kind vendor who slips them a hot meal. A social worker offering a glimmer of hope, a passerby with a gentle word. These small acts become lifelines, reminding them that they are not invisible. Life on the streets strips away illusions. The city's grand monuments become cold, uncaring monoliths. The dream it sells of opportunity and plenty feels like a cruel joke. Yet, there's a strange resilience in Amelia's eyes. The city, for all its harshness, has bred a strength she never knew she possessed. She dreams too, not of riches but of a warm bed, a roof over her head, a chance to reclaim her life. New York City, the city that never sleeps, is a paradox. A place of immense wealth and crushing poverty, breathtaking beauty and brutal realities. For those who call the streets home, it's a relentless challenge, a daily test of will. But beneath the grime and despair there's a flicker of hope. A testament to the enduring human spirit that strives to find a melody even in the city's harshest symphony.